I am not a planner girl, guys, but I do like making lists and I do like being organized. So when I got this exclusive from Cocoa Daisy, this little cute little, I'm going to make it a travel notebook. I'm not going to make it a planner at all, actually. And it says start here on the cover. It's got November. I'm going to cover the November up. But inside, I just want to show you this because it's absolutely gorgeous. And I also want to show you this because, you know, with planners taking off, for those of us who don't do the decorated planner thing, some of these products are going to be just great for us for our art journal, for whatever we might be doing. This is going to become a little travel book for me on my big adventure. So I'm excited. And what I'm going to show you today, obviously, inside I won't be decorating yet, but I'm going to cover up the back. And I'm going to cover up this front, and I'm going to redo, because I decided start here. I don't want it to say start here. So I'm going to decorate, cover, and get this fancy. All right, guys, let me give you a quick update. I've glued some paper as well as some random paper elements down. And now what I'm doing, I'm using this brayer to roll on some liquid adhesive. I'm using a matte finish liquid adhesive here. I want everything really, really stuck down because this is going to go everywhere. This is going to go in a purse. This is going to go all over the place with me. So, and the only downside of this is once you brayer everybody on, they are stuck. So if you want to do something crazy like, okay, now I want to add these little pinwheels, you're going to have to add them up on top. You're not going underneath. And that's all right. You just have to make sure when you're doing this, you just want to make sure that you're ready for that stuff when you actually take it. Me, I'm just going to cut the pinwheels up. And that one will go right there. And I'm going to actually give them the same treatment. And I like doing this because then I don't have to worry about things falling apart. Okay. And I've got this cute little button from the main kit right down here as well. And then this guy. This guy will save for the inside. Okay, so once this is all dry, we will be set. The only other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a couple of these cute little matte finish enamel dots. And I'm also going to travel, adventure, go. I'm thinking I'm going to write notes. You know what? I'm going to write notes. And I'm going to put my notes down here. And then I am going to repeat with these guys with a little more liquid adhesive. Again, it really is important to make sure everybody is stuck down really good. The last thing I'm going to do here live on camera, this is still drying, so that's not quite clear, but everything else is absolutely set. And on the inside, I trimmed this tag down and stuck it just to cover the word November. So I have a little journaling area down here, and I can even journal right over the calendar. And then I just put this little phone and this little block of paper just to cover up the stitching from the front. Okay, now what I'm going to do, this little stamp set is awfully cute and is part, I'm not sure if it's part of the planner kit this month or if it's a separate purchase, but it's all the info you could ever want is over at cocodaisy.com, so you can check them out. I am going to stamp, and I am not going to use a block because there's a lot of layers of paper. So I'm going to show you a little trick here. We're going to stamp with our fingers. And it's not going to be perfect. We don't need it to be perfect. Repeat after me. We don't need it to be perfect. We're just going for some fun little details. And it's okay if it's a partial, if it's the whole thing. That's kind of the fun of it. If you want to get it super perfect, you can try, but me, for something like this is going to get some yuck on it anyway, being out on the road, so I am a fan of let's just play. Now, if you wanted to switch up and do more colors, you could. I'm using archival ink. You want an ink that will not react in any way, shape, or form with any kind of moisture. And the reason for that, I'm thinking you can guess. If let's say I'm having lunch and my soda or my water or whatever, a drop spills onto the front of this, if we're working with a dye ink that is reactive with water, we're going to have a huge problem because everything's going to smear. It's going to get all over your hands. It's not going to be fun. It's slipping and sliding a little bit on the surface that's been treated. That's okay because I really don't mind if it's not just so. But just note that if you wanted to have everything just perfect, I kind of like it smudgy. I think it's fun. If you want to have it just perfect, then you needed to do the stamping before you go and put down the sealant. And I'm also going to use a little leaf stamp right there. And my ink for that's going to be really dark. I think that's going to be okay, but I'll just do a test run. And I am going to just do the same thing where I'm holding it with my finger because I just want one or two. Yep, I like it. Oh, goody goody. And that's just going to give us a little more movement, a little more action. And you can see that by doing this, by not having a stamp block, it's letting me just stamp part of the image. And that's kind of part of the reason, part of the point, more control. I know it's also potential for a big, huge mess, but you get a little more control and it's a lot of fun. And guess what, guys? I'm ready to hit the road with this great journal. I will need to find something to cover up the back, but for right now, I'm not going to worry about this final page. I think what I'm going to do is just see how far I go as I'm using it and if I even need to go that far.